You're listening to a Bored to Death Herocast, talking superhero anime and other hero fare in easily digestible chunks. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and other assorted gender assignations. Welcome back to the Bored to Death Herocast. I am Jay, being joined by
Zeke
and
Chris,
and once again our recurring guest.
I forgot what the hell I was supposed to do.
The Road is here as well. And
did we change the title of the cast again? I thought it was DC Cast.
No. It's always been the Herocast.
No, it's been Herocast?
Yes.
Okay.
So right now we're Big Hero 4.
Yes, yes.
Dude, I wanted to
that is now the name, the nickname for our group of four right here. Just like you, Chris, and Zeke, and me, we are the Gundam crew.
Damn it, I wanted to be.
I'm having flashbacks.
We're not doing any more Gundam for right now. We'll be uploading.
I want to be the Final Four.
The Final Four. But no, I like the Big Hero 4. That works. But even though that's Marvel. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But we are back to continue Titans Season 3. Zeke and I have been Zeke has been catching me up on Titans. We just finished Season 1 last night. That was quite a cliffhanger to end the season on. I know that which characters make it out of there alive, because we're watching Season 3.
So what were your thoughts on the endings of Season 1?
I was like, you are really going to end the season with Nightwing, or not yet Nightwing, going to the dark side, and Trigon literally on the verge of eating the world?
Well, the dark side does have cookies.
Yes.
Darkseid does not have cookies.
Yes, it does.
I
They
said
just have
Darkseid,
raisins.
not the Darkseid. The Darkseid, yes, they have cookies, but Darkseid, as in God of Apocalypse.
Darkseid, he has chocolate cake.
No, dark side.
No, he has
from
anti-life.
Dark
Dark-
side from Apocalypse. He has wannabe cookies. The oatmeal with raisins. That's why he's evil.
But they
Imposter
look like.
chocolate
But
chips.
I was about to say they look
I
like chocolate
love
chip cookies.
oatmeal raisin cookies.
You're shunned. Get out of the house.
No. I have no problem with oatmeal raisin cookies. I don't like them myself, but I have no problem with them. If you bite into a cookie thinking that it is a chocolate chip cookie and you find raisins, that shit, get the fuck out.
Well, anytime I see an oatmeal cookie, if it doesn't have raisins in it, I'm just like in utter shock, because it's oatmeal.
That's fair.
Oatmeal, you put raisins with it. It's just a given.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into an oatmeal cookie expecting chocolate chip cookies, you are wrong off the bat.
Yeah.
I did that one time, and that was when I was a little kid. Didn't know what oatmeal raisin cookies were, and then I was like completely disappointed in it.
Yeah. That's I think a lot of kids' reactions when they are exposed to raisins for the first time.
Actually,
A lot. I didn't say all.
well, see, I love oatmeal anyway, so that was just my great-grandmother's way of setting me up. Like, hey, there's a whole plate of oatmeal raisin cookies on the table. Go ahead and eat them.
No.
Me and my uncle would look at each other, and it's like, I'm going to shove you out of the way and go get the cookies. Like, no, I'm going to bite you on the ankle.
So you guys pretend you were Sam and Max trying to answer the phone.
I got it.
I mean, literally,
Crack me up, little buddy.
my youngest uncle is 3 years older than me, so we grew up, everyone thought we were brothers to begin with. So when my real brother actually shows up, it's just one of those things of, there's three guys beating the shit out of each other trying to get after cookies. What the hell's going on? It's like, it's just our way of showing love.
And meanwhile, Shadow Cat is trying to smother her husband Zeke.
Wow. What did you do this time?
Would you like me to answer chronologically or alphabetically?
I don't think we have the time in the binge for this.
Well, I think that's a whole new ballgame.
Yes, back to Titans, because we got sidetracked for a moment there when Shadow Cat decided to pop a question in there.
But you got it.
Season one was interesting.
Like,
the
super
world building
powerful.
was
So I can't wait for you to do season 2.
Yeah, and when we're done with season 2, I'll give my thoughts on that. On this as well. It may not necessarily be quick enough, because we're going to be up to episode 7 by the end of the binge today, and there's if other seasons can be believed, then we're looking at like 10 to 12 episodes. So two or three more binges worth.
Yeah.
So I asked this question to Jay.
Yes.
We all know the ending and how dark Titans got. What happens if Ghostwire enter this universe? Who would be able to take the Penance Stare?
The Penance Stare?
Yes.
And he specifically said this DC universe, the Titans verse.
Because, Trigon...
The expression on Rhodes' face tells a story.
Okay, let me just put it like this. Trigon, I can already tell you right now, Trigon would love the Penance Stare. He loves that form of pain. That's his type of shit. He would actually, more than less, he would beg Ghost Rider to join him simply because he has that Penance Stare. Now, in terms of if he turns this Penance Stare on the Titans,
what if he turned the Penance Stare on this universe's Batman?
Oh God! Oh, we will probably be looking at two Jokers at this point, because I swear he would, especially this Batman, he would have broke him with the Penance Stare, completely and utterly.
So my thought is, remember you said quickly with Ghostwire, you had to wasn't it like you had to feel guilty or something for the Penance Stare to go through?
What the Penance Stare does is that it makes you feel regret for all the bad decisions you made in your life,
and magnifies it over and over again until you physically can't take it anymore.
I don't think the Joker would be affected by it whatsoever.
Well, remember, he wasn't affected by Scarecrow's fear talk, fear poison.
Yeah, he's basically
poison.
Joker period is chaos incarnate.
Joker has no regrets for any of his decisions.
Nothing he regrets.
Yeah.
It's who the hell was it? In the comics, Ghost Rider actually used the Penance Stare on the Punisher, and it didn't work on him because he has no regret for the people that he's killed. All the criminals that he's executed, zero regret.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then he used it one time on Deadpool, and when he realized that Deadpool himself was basically a victim because of everything that happened to him at Weapon X, it actually reverted him back to Johnny Blaze. No, not Johnny Blaze. Dan Ketch.
Huh.
So it basically made Ghost Rider say, "My bad, dude."
Now, do you think it would work on Lex Luthor?
Oh, Luthor would fold.
Except the thing is that Luthor...
He's a sociopath.
Well, Luthor doesn't have... He sees Superman as a threat.
Right.
So all the shit that he's doing...
Again, there has been plenty of times where even Luthor himself regrets some of the things he's done because he realizes he went a bit too far. And if we want to basically use any particular universe, we'll go with the Justice League animated series.
Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah, at the very end when Waller just is like, you know what, I'm going to have things my way, and Luthor is literally sitting there, you're going to unleash all these reincarnations of the Fatal Four led by the doppelganger of Supergirl, and you don't see how this is actually wrong. And this is coming from Luthor of all people, and that's when you realize, there's certain things Luthor will not even attempt to do, and I mean it's shown time and time again. All-Star Superman, when it's getting to the point where Superman is about to expire and he has to fly off into the sun, what happens? Luthor made sure that he had just enough of his DNA to make a new Superman to keep protecting the world.
Because he knows that without Superman, the world is essentially screwed.
Yeah.
Because if you watch...
You've taken away its god.
Yeah.
Basically, Superman is the Earth's god. He is the new God's God on Earth.
Interesting
and
interpretation.
Generally, that's how I've always viewed him. Because the new gods and the old gods can fuck everybody up, no matter what.
Well,
Darkseid is one of the actual new gods.
Right.
He's new god. Trigon is old god. Now the old and new gods don't get along
Right.
at all, because one feels the other is just an inferior version of themselves, and the new gods feel like
We're
the
better
old gods had their way. We're going to do things better than them, and yet everything they're doing is exactly what the old gods were doing in the first place.
Typical sort of mythological tropes there.
Yeah,
Literally straight out of Greek myth.
Yeah, they can't associate it.
Well,
and then you throw into the mix all these entities and stuff, and you have Superman. Well, you know what? Superman is literally their equals. Only difference is he has literally this very stringent moral code. And that's the only thing that limits him from being truly new god or old god, whichever one that wanted to have him join. Right off the bat, it would be new gods. They actually love him, but the simple fact that moral code is a strict stickler, and he will not break it until you go into injustice and that whole line.
And until you're talking Elseworld stuff.
Yeah, that's what I look at injustice is. Injustice is literally an Elseworld with a video game behind it.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to bring up that scene in Death and Return of Superman, the one that takes place in that series of animated DC movies. Mm-hmm. When Doomsday comes to Metropolis, Lex Luthor tries fighting him in I'm assuming it was supposed to be something similar to like the Hulkbuster armor.
Yeah, it was made to fight Superman, but there's no Superman, but we sure got him.
And he was actually doing pretty good against Doomsday until Doomsday just punched him one time, sent him flying, knocked him on his ass, and then ripped the front of it out, which is where Lex was sitting. He's like, "You can't do this to me. I'm Lex Luthor." I'm like, I don't think he gives a shit. He's going to kill you, and then Superman shows up and saves him.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the movie after that, you see Lex with a neck brace and a sling. And I think a busted leg too, but I can't remember.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things of... Now, that was the new 52 version of Death of and Rebirth of Superman. It was 52,
It was a hit or miss, depending on the comic.
Yes, it was very, very hit or miss. There was certain ones that were very good. I have to applaud the Batwoman. Batwoman was a very well done. Most of the Green Lantern. Well, of course, it was Geoff Johns' baby, so of course he was going to protect it with godly hands. You were not going to hurt his core. Wonder Woman, brilliantly written. And then you had the others. And notice everyone...
Red Hood and
I did not put any of the Batman in there because... Yeah, they really, really split the fan base on the Batman. I mean, he was more of a throw towards the all-star Batman, which most people were like sitting there, what the fuck are you on?
Probably the best New 52 Batman comics I'd have to say is Court of Owls.
Yeah, they knocked it out the park with Court of Owls. That was a villain that you really could get behind. And the sad thing about it is, that was the only villain that they had that really made sense, was quality written, had enough depth and backstory, and made sense. Why couldn't they do that with the rest?
Like Batman Who Laughs.
Actually, what I want to know is this. Would you guys like to see the Court of Owls in Titans?
Might be interesting.
That would be a very, very good... Well, I mean, you're essentially almost getting that with the upcoming Gotham Knights game.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's literally all of it. It's literally all Titans together against the Court of Owls.
Are we really counting Damian Wayne as a Titan?
God.
Well, technically, He was a Titan.
In the New 52, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he hated it too.
Yeah. Asshole.
Because he literally got driven there by Nightwing and was just miserable the entire drive over there. And I think Starfire was technically the leader because she was like the oldest and more mature member.
Right,
of the
she
team.
was the babysitter.
She was a babysitter, but then
And-
he started becoming friends with Raven, and made a connection from that.
Yeah, that was just weird on all fucking levels.
No, that what was real on all fucking levels was what they did with I can't remember we talked about last binge, the makeup and the Deathstroke. I love you.
Who was that? I can't
That's
remember.
Terra.
Oh.
Let's just...
We'll leave it at that.
We're
We-
not
we're
going
not
into that one.
Again.
Let's leave bygones be bygones. We're talking the now.
We're going to leave bygones be bygones and trigons be trigons.
Yes. And we're just going to stick with Damien and Raven. Hell no. That's just wrong. I mean, the Brat is an asshole.
And we already have one Robin who's been an asshole in here right now.
Right.
In this
but see,
HBO Max
the thing about it is, and Red Hood, Jason Todd, it fits perfectly. It literally is him, 100%. And no matter what, when you sit there and think about it, he was going to grow up into the Red Hood no matter how you looked at it.
So even if Joker didn't beat his brains out.
He was going to end up being Red Hood. Uh-oh, what's wrong?
No,
I'll tell you later.
yeah,
This is the DC cast, not the Marvel cast.
yeah, it's something Marvel related. We'll talk about it off
Oh,
mic
yeah.
because it's not for this.
This is
for
DC time.
right? And let's get back to Titan season 3. So
Where did we leave off?
we left off with Starfire and them had just rescued Blackfire
Against her will.
from her underground bunker jail.
That was
I don't
Mistake.
see why they don't put on walkers. No, that's back out in space. But I don't know.
Mistake.
And then
So much
the
mistake.
next episode was more or less a full episode flashback to show how Jason Todd decided to go full asshole. You never go full asshole, and basically we sort of drummed home the point that drugs are bad, okay?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
especially if they're an inhaler.
And especially if you get them from Scarecrow.
who is literally, I'm getting massive like grooming vibes
You know,
off of all that.
I'm
Ooh,
sorry.
I was getting pedophile vibes.
That's kind of what I was going for.
I'm sorry, but you know one villain that I feel like would actually be pretty perfect for this particular storyline, now that I really think about it, is Dr. Poison.
Yes.
The second Dr. Poison in the comics, not in terms of like the movies,
Yeah.
like in Wonder Woman, where was the female version. If you go back to the old Dr. Poison, the original one was male, and then the second one, years and years later, was female.
Right.
So I imagine that in the movies they were switching it.
From what I read, the original Dr. Poison was very much like a Yellow Menace sort of
Yeah.
style of villain.
So I feel like Dr. Poison could probably be a really good, not really a main villain, but like a side villain of sorts.
Kind of like how Dr. Gizmo or whatever. In the first
I
episode.
honestly...
Gizmo.
Yeah,
Oh, just Gizmo,
Yeah,
okay.
Gizmo
It
grown
is-
up. That
yeah.
was Gizmo. I would see Hugo Strange would have a field day in here. This is right up his alley.
Have him be one of the psychiatrists for Arkham.
Have-
'Cause I think that is what his job is.
His original first job was
Yeah.
at Arkham. He was one of the lead
But yeah, in the
psychiatrists.
in the episode, the flashback episode, we saw that Jason Todd did get beat to death with a crowbar, and then his body got dumped into a little mini Lazarus pit beneath Arkham because Dr. Crane decided, I want an apprentice. I need a Jesse for my Walter White.
Wow.
Am I wrong?
He
Am I wrong?
He got exactly what he wanted.
Yeah, but there was some, like Zeke said, there were some sort of pedophile vibes off of.
Well,
off
look
of
at
Crane.
that.
Well, I mean-
Take my drug. I made addiction just for you. You're going to come back to me.
Yeah, and Jason literally leaning into the little face mask part of the inhaler.
That's one thing I had to bite my tongue on so much. Because, I love Red Hood. And, even going back and showing Jay the epic moment where the heads come on the ground. He goes, I did this in an hour. And it shows.
2 hours.
2 hours. It shows how much of a badass he is. And they just crucify him by going, you're not my bitch.
You should not be admiring
a
mass murdering
You do
terrorist.
realize who my favorite hero is, right?
Correct.
I
am still concerned over that.
You gotta understand, though. They had to find a legit way in order to put it into this focus of DC. So in this portion of it actually makes sense because in the main continuum, believe it or not, his addiction was the Lazarus Pit. He was addicted to the one hit from it, he became addicted to it, and basically he acts exactly the way he does here for this inhaler. He was acting for the Lazarus Pit. So they found a way of getting around having to have him literally
injecting himself with
Lazarus
Pit.
Yeah.
Well, isn't Ra's al Ghul addicted to it too, or is he just like?
I would be surprised if Ra's al Ghul was not addicted to it.
He just used it so that
in a way, he's gotten past that addiction to the point it's just a natural. It's natural for him now.
Like how it was with me and caffeine. That was good days.
Yeah,
Those the Mountain Dew days?
Zeke was once very, very heavily addicted to Mountain Dew.
36 cans in 2 days.
Well, I'm thinking more that time we went to the bowling alley for Chris's birthday,
Wow.
and
he inhaled a single
pitcher of Mountain Dew.
No, like we literally had to tell the waiters, you need to give him a pitcher. Otherwise, you're going to be refilling that cup every 2 seconds.
And you're going to need to bring multiple pitchers too.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Like four of us there that day. I'll snap pictures of you drinking that.
It's the same photo from different angles.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Give me a second.
Going for the phones, folks. They're going for the phones.
But yeah, in terms of Titans, like I do like the way that they're going with the semi under the Red Hood story, but instead of Batman, it's Nightwing.
Right.
Because we both know who would. Both would whoop Red Hood's ass. Because in the animated film, when he and Batman and Red Hood finally fought in that bathroom, he pretty much beat the shit out of Red Hood. He threw him, through a door or a wall or something?
He threw him through the wall.
Through the wall, and then smashed his head into the toilet.
He's like, you got a helmet on, you got protection. Bam!
But he didn't have a helmet on at the time.
Well, yeah, also you have to remember, out of basically in the continuum of how it is divinely be. Batman is Apex, blah blah blah. The closest in terms of fighting skill, period, is Dick. Dick has also been the one who's been around him and trained the longest. Now, that being said, the one who has had the least amount of time
was Damien. No, not Damien. I'm sorry, because he got trained by Ra's al Ghul.
He got trained by Ra's al Ghul, so he don't count. But the one who had, god damn,
I'm showing Ro the picture of Zeke drinking the Mountain Dew.
The one who had the least amount of time around Batman is Jason Todd. Truly, Jason Todd did not stay with Batman as long as most people thought he did. He did not. His tour as Robin was very short.
Probably because the fans hated him. DC knew that, and we're just like,
Fuck it.
Screw
now, we move to the third Robin, who is technically everyone's love child that they have dreamed of being a Robin who will grow up to be Batman. Tim Drake. You have the detective skills. You have a technical fighter. He's not as instinctive as Dick, but where Dick just naturally has all the fighting skill and moves, he has a tactical mind. So he's literally fighting you in a design form in his mind, and he's breaking it down on how he can beat you.
So is it like Robert Downey Jr. and Sherlock Holmes where he visualizes the entire fight before he actually does it?
Yeah, that whole thing they probably just ripped directly from
Probably,
Robin.
But I could see Sherlock Holmes being like that.
Yeah,
though.
but yeah. So he's actually he's mapping out the fight as it goes, and he knows how he's going to take you down. Hence why he is literally the only other human being Ra's al Ghul will ever give the grace of calling detective and mean it. Mm-hmm. Because, again, he is your second Batman.
Yep.
Whereas Nightwing, well, I mean, I know that. In the Battle for the Cowl comics, didn't Dick become the next Batman?
Dick becomes the next Batman, but he's not Batman as you would think. So it was literally Dick and Damian. God help him.
I think we all know our other favorite Batman.
So
is,
we know that.
I'm sorry. You say Azrael, I say Terry McGinnis.
Well, no. From the Nightfall comics.
I know who Azrael is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying my next favorite Batman after Bruce Wayne is Terry McGinnis.
Terry McGinnis, of course, is the true son.
Zeke recently was watching Batman Beyond at work.
I was listening to the soundtrack. Do you know how much I miss that soundtrack? Don't get me wrong, it's all freaking dance and stuff like that. But
it's all techno.
God, it was awesome.
It was like late 90s, early 2000s.
It was built for Batman. It was built for that Batman, and it works.
Yep.
It works well.
But I know the Batman Beyond suit is supposed to be like form-fitting, because remember, the first time we say it, Bruce is wearing it.
Yep.
And the truth of the matter is, it's an armor. And I didn't realize it's not? No. The Batman Beyond suit is a actual real layered armor.
Yeah.
And you don't realize it when in the animated series they allude to it off and on, but the way it looks, it's like it's form fitting. And then I got the Sideshow Collectibles figure, which is the true definition of it. I'm like, this guy is fucking armored up like shit.
Well, yeah, it makes sense.
And coming to your house and stealing that, right?
you have to fight through hell and high water.
And you do not want to fight the road. I'm sorry, you do not.
That'll be a fight I'll be worth fighting for. Well, Batman Beyond, oh no.
You are not going to win that fight.
I know I ain't going to win that fight. But I'm trying to put my best in the fight.
Look, I will honor you by putting your skull next to it. Just to say this man fought well for it.
So it's going to look like a Predator trophy room?
Yes!
That's why I want
a Predator trophy.
You got there before I could.
Actually want a Predator trophy room.
Wait.
But here's the thing. There actually is a market for it. They have several different versions. They have the AVP Requiem, the ship one. They have the Predator 2.
I was about to say the original.
And they have a homage to the first one where it's just shelving and it just has the skulls, but you know who each one is.
Yeah.
So you see the bird mark, which is of course my man Zach. You have of course shit. You know who each one is.
Yeah. What were you about to say, Chris?
No, I was gonna say. I remember in the second film, on the trophy case, one of the heads there was a Triceratops skull.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been hunting for
millions of years.
Yeah. And of course, that was also your first hit that they hunted the aliens, because right there, and everyone, and like, and I mean, in the movie theaters, we're all like, wait a minute, is that alien skull? And I mean, literally at the movie, I mean, at that time, believe it or not, the movie was not, people were not believing it so much because they were just like, yeah, Danny Glover is not going to take down a fucking Predator.
Because he was getting too old at that time for that shit.
And we were...
I'm too old for this shit.
And we were just sitting there.
Shit.
What?
This intro is 30 minutes long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on for a long one, guys.
This is going to be, whenever road comes by.
I'm sorry. You get me started. I'm not going to stop.
How did we get from here
what was that line from Ant-Man and the Wasp? He's like a jukebox machine. You put the quarter and you got to go through the whole record.
I think they're talking about Lewis.
But I mean, the thing about it is, it's just, the movie was not superb. It was good. But then you get to that one scene and the entire theater literally is on their feet, erupting and just pointing, like screaming, "Fucking alien! Oh shit!" I mean, that was the only thing that got the people to come see the movie, was because the first group that went literally comes out saying, "There's an alien skull in this." No one believed it, so they had to go see the movie. You sit through the movie like, there it is. Oh shit! This is the greatest thing of my life. Where can we?
Insert
see this?
Leonardo DiCaprio pointing meme.
I mean, it's kind of like.
And we waited for years and years, and of course they screwed it up the first time. And the second one was a mediocre attempt to rectify the first one, but
mediocre.
I mean, it's kind of like me when I went to go see Batman vs Superman, and then when you see Bruce Wayne look up at Robin's outfit and says, "Ha ha ha, jokes on you, Batman." I was like, oh shit. Yeah. That means death in the family has already happened. I was like, that explains why Batman is the way he is in this film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
He's an older Batman. So instead of it's
the Dark Knight Returns Batman, essentially.
Yeah, he's Dark Knight Returns.
Anyway.
But it's like we still messed up that movie. Yeah. But anyway, we're back to Titans.
So
don't put another quote in that box.
Not going to. We've got 2 episodes today. Episode 6, Lady Vic. I have no idea who that could be in reference to. And we have episode 7, which is called 51%. Which...
that's okay. I thought that was actually 7 points.
Yeah, you look at it and it does look like that.
Oh, wait. What do you mean 51? I see what they did here.
So it's actually 7.51. It's about halfway to 8.
Well,
a little bit more than halfway to 8.
Or we might be getting 14 episodes. Who knows? There's hope.
Yeah,
there's hope. Because we still have not hit the real villain of this.
Well, we know who the real villain is.
I swear to
it's
God.
Dr. Crane.
I swear to God, if they do what they did in Titan Season 1, I'm going to lose my shit.
Which is?
Here's your villain! And cliffhanger.
And then, what was it you said? Like, they wrap it up in like 10 minutes in the season premiere?
It was too short. It should have been like within the first 5 episodes at least. Like him just like Trigon just torturing
and
the Titans,
fucking with the Titans,
yeah, and just messing with them, essentially using Raven as like a puppet of sorts, and then the big fight happens, and then he gets stuck in the crystal. Crystal gets shoved into Raven's forehead, and we already know where that goes.
I was waiting for Brother Blood. God damn it!
We already got him an arrow.
Yeah. But then again, that means we have to go into a whole other thing. I'm not gonna bring up Brother Blood because that's a weird.
Okay. I just got a flashback of your ignorance has cost us 4 people, and next time it'd be your life.
Oh no, Brother. Oh Jesus.
Well, I think that's enough of an intro. We've been rambling now for like 35 minutes.
That's what
Jay's
we do.
quickly trying to push the coil away from the machine.
So yeah,
he's trying to make sure the microphone doesn't turn over to me.
But yeah, 2 episodes today, and so we'll be back after the binge.
While the binge is happening, thanks for listening to our podcast. Please give us a like and subscribe and spread the word. You can reach us on social media on Facebook or Twitter at BTD_Bingecast. The Bored to Death Clan is part of the CKCC Radio podcast family, including J Bunny's Music Hub, the Race Nerd Podcast, Real Paranormal Talk, Ranking Tracks, Motivational Moves, Girls Who Like, and The Nerd Table. Please consider supporting CKCC Radio on Patreon. And now, the binge is done, so let's get to the discussion.
And we're back. So...
We're bad.
We're
better than ever.
Lady Vic turned out to be some random criminal.
I mean,
first, let's rewind it a little bit, because in that episode we got some flashbacks dealing with Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon. Turns out Barbara Gordon was apparently studying to be an understudy for Catwoman, or at least was inspired by her, because this Barbara Gordon liked to rob precious jewelry and...
No. She liked to break the rules.
Right. She put it to keep her father
on his toes. Okay. That's cute. Very cute.
I mean, that's essentially like stealing from your own job to keep security up.
Job security, people. Job security. It's all about the job security.
Yeah.
And the insurance.
And Dick, back when he was Robin and still in Gotham, caught her doing this. Turns out she's got some moves.
Yeah.
And then when he finds out it's her, she basically is just like, why don't you just, basically sort of tells him why not give it do this instead of whatever.
Join me.
Yeah.
I like the fact, rewinding a little bit more to when Rhodes was talking about him. Nightwing was the most trained of Batman's pupils.
Mm-hmm.
Rhodes, freaking Batgirl.
Who's not even Batgirl.
Barbara Gordon just owned the hell out of Robin, and she did so in a comical fashion while holding the vase.
Holding a precious vase, which she never dropped.
She did some anime bullshit on your Robin. So how do you feel about this?
This is not his Robin.
Still, that literally is Batman's longest trained Robin.
Yes,
and
because I think would it take like a year to train him or something, or longer?
I don't know.
With Dick, before he actually even got in the suit, was what? 3 or 4 years.
Jesus.
And
there's Carrie Kelly.
Yeah,
we're trying to figure something out.
Yeah, we're trying to figure something out because at the end of episode 7, we got introduced
Stephanie
again
Brown.
to
and I can't. That's
something Thomas.
Okay, yeah, that's the wing.
So your idea has been kind of squashed.
Yeah.
Stephanie Brown.
It wasn't
Carrie Kelly.
Because at the end of episode 7, Molly, who is a young woman that Jason got to know while he was in Gotham,
which we met in the flashbacks.
Yes, we met in the flashbacks 2 episodes ago. Beast Boy tracks her down, and Road was thought that it might be a character called Spoiler, except Spoiler in the comics is named Stephanie Brown.
Oh wait, that's actually the name of the character.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought he was
spoiler
alert.
No, the character's name is the Spoiler.
Oh, okay.
The Spoiler.
As in, she spoils your plans, not as in she spoils the plot of movies.
She's
like
part of. She's literally a member of the Bat family, as it stands.
It's like the chick from Umbrella Academy whose name is Rumor.
Yeah, I heard a rumor.
I heard a rumor that you two shot yourselves.
I heard a rumor that your head's about to explode.
So she's the would you kindly guy?
Basically, she can weaponize it.
Oh, God.
Umbrella Academy is weird, but it's fun at times. Very, very fucked up.
I love.
Yeah, but we're talking about Titans.
Yeah, but
let's not get distracted talking about Umbrella Academy.
You'll be the one that anchors us down.
Yes, I know, but I recognize that Rhodes was about to go off on another little tangent, and we're going to stop that right now.
Who put a quarter in him?
I just grabbed that quarter before it could go into that slot. It's like, no.
No, I'm impressed with how they are basically writing everything in. They did do a twist on Starfire and Blackfire.
Yep.
The age change.
Yeah.
And their story behind why Blackfire kills the parents. If it is true, it is a actual very believable.
It's like you can understand her.
You can understand the reason,
even if you don't
motives.
necessarily
How dare
agree
you
with
pick
it.
my sister to be queen?
Well, it wasn't so much that she was mad that she was going to be queen. The thing was, she was mad that they were going to off her just to try and get her to come back, even though she had nothing to do with Starfire even leaving.
Actually,
they were going to take the 51%, which just means, hey, this is a lot better than the other one.
No, it's not a lot better. It's just that much better then. But as I understood it from what Blackfire told her sister, it wasn't so much that her parents were going to kill her to bring Starfire back. The people of Tamarin believed if they killed Blackfire that would bring Starfire back.
Yeah, but
her parents were facing a revolution and were just sort of like, actually, let's just go ahead and kill her. We'll maintain power until Starfire finally comes home.
Yeah, no matter what, we still get what we want, and everybody's happy. She
seemed to be claiming that her parents were going to kill her to stay in power themselves, or to take power, or to take power for themselves.
Basically, all they had to do is appease the people, and hey, that's good enough.
You were about to say something, Zeke.
So I think we should take a woman vote.
Okay.
Is she telling the truth or is she lying?
I think there's some lies in there. I don't doubt there's an element of truth.
Blackfire. If I'm basing anything on it, Blackfire is Blackfire. Blackfire will do whatever she fucking can to get under Starfire's skin and make her life miserable.
Even in the most minor ways.
Oh God, she will do anything. I mean, anything.
I am waiting for her to use the bracers that Starfire gave her against her in some way.
Right? Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
Because, see, the thing about it is, for a while, yes, Blackfire had to use braces, but then she finds a way to get power, and that's where her Blackfire name really comes from. But in this, I like how they have her as the younger, less... Way less beloved child.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Would you say that she's essentially jealous of Starfire?
Absolutely.
She's completely jealous because Starfire wanted nothing and got everything.
Wanted for nothing, got everything. Yeah, and as Blackfire put it, she's the cursed child. She doesn't have.
She has nothing.
She has no powers.
She can't channel the fire that all the people can.
It's kind of like, what was the movie Sky High, Kurt Russell's son, how he didn't have any powers and they're trying to figure out what he has. And it's like, well, your parents are like the two most well-known superheroes on the planet. What have you got? You have super strength, super speed, can you fly, anything? He's like, I ain't got nothing. And then, of course, what happens near the end of the movie?
It turns out he has both.
Yeah, it turns out he has.
Well, at first he couldn't manifest any powers. Mm-hmm. Then his father's super strength finally manifested, and they thought that was enough that they were going to kick him up to like the hero course or whatever. And then at the end of the movie, it turns out no, he inherited both parents' sets of powers.
And then he grew up to be Omni-Man.
Oh God!
Think.
How did I know this was gonna go there?
Because you know me.
Well, hey, while we're talking about bad jokes, how about the one that I made when we were watching this? Because when they brought Blackfire to Wayne Manor, Starfire basically told her, "Go upstairs, pick a room," and I was like, "Yeah, why don't you take the one that's blown up?"
Oh God! Damn.
Zeke was not happy with me for that.
She walks into the room, sees Crypto still laying in the burnt ass bed.
Oh God! That's why Crypto was not seeing at all of it until he heard the gunfire. And then he saw Superboy jump. He's like, guess I gotta get out of this bed. He's depressed.
Oh, see, for him, that's going walkies.
Anyway,
because Crypto had a good moment in this. I will openly admit that. I like his moment.
Towards the end, when the Titans storm the ice cream factory to try to stop Crane,
and I love how Crane uses the old factory for Mr. Freeze.
Yeah,
I mean that's a nice little nod to everything because Mr. Freeze's warehouse is actually shielded from everything. You can't see it unless you go.
So basically, it's like not really underground, but it's not above ground either.
Well, no, it's above ground, but it's shielded. So it has all this shielding because he needs to generate a ton of power to keep Nora safe. Mm-hmm. Well,
what would be really bad is if we did see the tank that Nora was in, but you don't see her at all.
Go.
I mean, the show was already dark enough.
This is true.
We are really, really letting our inner darkness come out on this one.
Hey, Wellick is here, so he brings the dark humor as much as possible.
I mean, it's like when Hawk blew up, and then Crypto came walking out.
And I made the comment. It's like, Daddy, why weren't you fast?
What I said was, well, he did ask for a hot dog.
Oh fuck! God damn it! This is true. But back to the episode. So Lady Vic.
At first, I was thinking that maybe they're gonna throw in Lady Shiva somehow, but no, this was just a random assassin that.
Assassin/thief.
I have a theory on this.
Okay, let's hear this theory from Zeke.
The reason why they're throwing this in is because they're trying to bring someone out from season 2, which may be in someone's brain. I don't remember how she ended. Deathstroke's daughter.
Oh yeah, she didn't get killed off.
She has a brother in her mind, so she literally had to take time off just to be able to separate her mind and her brother so that they can both live inside her. So, you won't see her for a while. Yeah. Because, for one, she has all the fighting skill. Her brother does not. Yet, if he takes over, hope of actually being able to beat anybody goes flat south. Plus, there's also the potential for him to accidentally jump out of her, which is what his power is.
Yeah,
jump between body.
Because I remember
she's not trying to let him out until they find a suitable host somehow.
A dead body.
Again, they could use
End of Product A. Bad guy is now a great host mechanic. Bring her out.
Nah, we're not going to see her not until probably season 3.
I feel like
we're in season 3.
Well, season 4, I'm sorry.
You just say what I think you just said.
I feel like we might get her back when Raven and Wonder Girl come back.
Season 4.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then just have all of I guess I could say the living Titans members in this.
Yeah, and Dick Grayson's harem will continue to grow.
Yeah.
God damn it, Dick. Just keep it in your pants.
It's like I said, it's like Dick Grayson. Emphasis on Dick.
You bring shame to all of us who are named Richard, including me.
But so Lady Vic was basically brought in by Crane to kill people and steal something. Steal a device for him.
It was also a basic gut punch to Red Hood to show that he doesn't really need you. And he never really did. Yeah, he just needed the information you had. Which is what he got.
Because Crane and Jason... Well, Jason was basically, like the plan doesn't move forward without my say so. He was trying to flex a bit on Crane,
and he finds out that Crane is like way miles ahead of you, son. You ain't nobody.
You're playing checkers. He's playing 3D chess.
Again, this is the side of Jason Todd not knowing his place, and his place is not on the same table with everybody else.
You are sitting at the kiddie table.
You are still at the kiddie table, kindergarten table, with the teacup, play teacups. You're not getting real food
with the plastic.
You have to eat
dishware.
the air with the little girls with their little bandoleros around them. While everybody else is at the big kids table doing big kids things.
And Crane literally tells him, it's like, if there are other people that are willing to dedicate themselves to the cause.
Right.
Literally, he basically, without saying it, tells him you're replaceable.
And then he goes out and does. God damn it! I hate you, Jason Todd.
Yeah.
So he literally goes out and gives.
What? You think we'll get a voting contest? Is it going to be a 1-800 or a website we have to go to next? Next episode of Titans. Go to this website and vote. Kill them or keep them.
They already did that in season 2 when he was falling in that one episode, because they actually they were just like, we're going to redo what we did 31 years ago. We're going to let people call in.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
When they did Death in the Family, when it was like the comic that essentially ended with, I guess, like the building blowing up.
Yeah.
They let the fans call a hotline as to whether
vote.
or not.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying, we didn't do that in season 2 of Titans?
Yes.
Yeah, they did that in
redid.
season 2.
They brought that back.
That was an actual homage back to the comic book,
And
literally.
Oh no, they didn't bring the number back. Okay, I'm about to say they actually brought the number back and everything.
No, it was the number.
It was
You used the exact same number you used for the comic book, but you were voting on Jason Todd once again, and of course he loses because, again, no one likes Jason Todd
Because he's an asshole.
Red Hood is a different story because as Red Hood, he actually embraces who he really should have been. He was so busy as Jason Todd trying to prove that he could be the hero that he wasn't a hero. He fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Well,
Whereas as Red Hood, he's just, I can fight. I know I can fight.
Yep.
I will beat you down. And that's it.
So
that's Red Hood.
Chris, what were you going to say?
Isn't Red Hood technically, I guess, DC's version of the Punisher?
Yes.
Okay. Because I've been trying to think of, like,
And
who a lot of, like, because I know that both universes are technically, like, parallel
mirrors.
sorts to each
Yeah,
other.
they're mirrors.
So I've been trying to figure out, like, is Red Hood basically DC's version of Punisher?
Yes.
And I said, is Argus their version of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yes.
Okay.
But, and the only difference, though, is because he is in the Batman family, he is slowly bleeding away from using live rounds. He uses rubber bullets.
But
Which is, okay, whatever.
That's fun.
Anyway, Lady Vic, as it turns out, once Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon Dick Grayson and Gar are able to identify some traits from her slaughtering of a surgical team.
Yeah,
in a hospital.
They figure
literally
out her
just
height.
from audio cues.
Yeah, they figure out her height,
and having Gar,
right-handed, and
yeah.
And having Gar basically reenact, he's like, okay, swipe that sword this way.
Yeah, east to west.
East
In
to
a
west.
reverse grip.
okay, yeah.
I need your help, Mr. Numbers. There's the results.
So Zeke looked it up for the votes on whether Jason lives or Jason dies.
Was this for the comic or the show?
This is for the show
Okay.
because the date on it is 2019. Jason lives 49%. Jason dies 51%.
51%.
Wow.
The thing I love is the fact that the numbers here. Was it 16,795 say Jason lived. 17,369 say Jason died.
So
He
was
was
it the
off
same
by-
for the comic?
It was it was like 600 votes or something.
He
Is
was
what
off barely.
it was very, very close.
But still, it's just the simple fact that
It came down to
they
51%.
did twice. Twice they
Oh my God.
Twice they gave you a chance.
You just picked up on the 51%?
Yeah.
But
the little references.
yes, but with Lady Vic, we finally get the final flashback of the episode that Dick and Barbara, while they're doing their little like his and her thieving couple thing, are going to steal like essentially the Hope Diamond or whatever.
Yeah, Batman's calling for Dick to come back because clearly
because Bruce likes to maintain control
Of Dick.
Yeah.
Yes.
He likes it firmly in his grasp.
You gotta make sure you have a firm grip on your dick.
He likes to just grab it by the balls and squeeze.
He does not like it. He does not like his dick just going around all willy nilly.
And just fucking up all the assholes.
You've got to keep that. You've got to keep it, tucked inside, where it's safe.
Dick needs to be on a leash.
Yeah, we are such horrible people with these
This is
jokes.
what happens when we do a binge at 9:30 at night.
This has nothing to do with the time. We wouldn't be making the same jokes if it were 11 a.m.
This joke.
But yes,
Because we have Wellick and we have Rode here and me.
and
You can make some pretty dirty jokes too.
Wow, I think how I got thrown out to the wind on that one, guys.
You're
The four was it? What were we? The four.
the Big Hero 4.
Big Hero 4's got down to Big Hero 3 all of a sudden.
No,
I'm now the anti-villain.
The anti-villain. Okay, sure, we'll go with that. But
yeah,
but
I mean, the just the basis of her wanting to go after Barbara is because during the fight with her, she redirects her throw just enough that she ends up killing, I guess,
her
her
own
love.
Well, she did
Mr.
take.
And she
Mr.
ends up
Mr.
taking
Vic.
his.
She did take his ring off.
Yeah, she takes his ring off and still wears it to this day.
Which I'm amazed doesn't just like fall off of her finger.
That's why I said the bigger ring's on the back.
yeah,
Whatever.
but Dick and Barbara
It's
got
just-
the case open, and then Lady Vic and her husband show up. There's a fight. Husband dies, and
She blames Barbara.
she's been waiting for her revenge. And Crane sets her loose on Barbara, but
And finds out that even though she's one-legged in a wheelchair, she can still whip her ass.
she got moves.
She got weapons and can whip your ass. How bad is that?
To quote them kids on the internet, the bitch got hands.
But apparently, it was all still a ploy because what she was really supposed to get was just a detailed photo of her face.
So that Crane could use a computer to map her retina pattern.
And he gains access to
Oracle.
Which was not where I thought it was going to go.
No,
I did not
because
see that at all.
earlier in the episode, Dick had gone to Barbara to basically be like, I forgive you for having your sniper shoot me, but we need to work together if we're going to stop this. Otherwise we're just going to keep getting in one another's way.
And we need Oracle,
And which he establishes is a computer that is a supercomputer that is tapped into basically every electronic system in Gotham.
So it's almost like the that system from Dark Knight.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was connected to every single cell phone.
Right.
And
Basically,
made bat echolocation.
Yep.
even that system was basically Brother Eye.
Well, and that's where I was going to get to this, because by the end of the episode,
We find out that
they're still no closer to catching Crane. So Dick convinces her to open up access to Oracle. And when they walk into the room where the supercomputer is housed,
what design does it have?
it has
It's
Brother Eye. Yeah, Rode and I both saw that. We were like, "Oh no!"
I was seriously hoping that they would have designed it looking more like the clock tower from Arkham Knight.
I was hoping
That, or if the face, like the interface or whatever for it, had looked like Oracle's avatar in the comics.
I'm still with Chris. I would have loved if it was actually stored in the clock tower.
Yeah.
Because it would have made more sense.
And that would have been like a really big, good old nod to the comic book. But
we still got more time in the season. The clock tower could still show up.
Yeah, the clock tower might still end up coming around because who knows how long Wayne Manor's gonna last. I mean, we got two powers in there that just should not be.
I did ask the question of which one gets blown up more, Wayne Manor or the X Mansion?
And my answer was yes.
I'll go the X Mansion. You want to know why?
Deadpool with Negasonic Teenage Warhead, where she goes, the mansion that blows up every few years.
Well, there's that effect. There's also the fact he slows down time, so that mansion takes a very long time to explode.
Oh, you're talking about Quicksilver.
Mm-hmm. There's no speed that slows down the Wayne Mansion explosions yet.
Oh, he saw it explode in slow time.
He saw it explode.
Yeah, but see, that's the same thing. Quicksilver has always said, I have to put up with everything moving at a snail's pace. Whereas I'm just like trying to go someplace and everyone thinks I'm flying by them. No, you guys are just moving so damn slow you bore me to death.
It wouldn't surprise me if Flash said the same thing.
Probably has.
Yeah.
I mean, he jogs in Australia.
But
again, we get to the point where we find out that Crane, again, smart as a whip.
Everyone else is playing checkers. He's playing 3D chess.
He needed
buy you a 3D chessboard just because you keep saying this stuff.
He needed that face imprint so he could gain access to
Oracle.
Brother Eye.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and call it what it is.
Brother Eye. And, of course,
he lays a trap.
Lays a trap, and it almost actually gets them, but
it almost gets Dick Grayson.
The smart thing that Dick did was he called for Superboy as backup this time.
I have a stupid question.
Because normally he would have ran
Zeke
in
has
by
a question.
himself.
Stupid question. Because remember, so he looks at the van at a side angle and sees nothing but lead.
Right.
Why don't they ever look through the front window?
I was thinking that earlier.
Well, it was purposely aimed away from him so he wouldn't see it.
No way there. It just took a few
And this
steps.
is Superboy who can move to a better angle like that.
It's like,
But
it's
still,
lead. Let me not turn the other side of the
I'm
vehicle.
not sure because where the guy was sitting, he still had lead behind him. So even if he looked in the window, he might have seen. He might have still seen
He
lead.
might have still seen, but he wouldn't have known.
It's like, go look through the window.
No one ever said that. I can't see. There must be lead through the whole vehicle at this point in time.
Well, there was no windows on the back, so
and
if he looked through the front, it looked like it was blocked anyway, so he wouldn't have saw him.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But still,
and there was a guy in there who had one of those bombs
upgraded
because Superboy couldn't disarm this one.
Are we skipping over the doctor that had?
I was about to get back to that because when they found out that after Lady Vic's attack in the hospital, it was discovered she had stolen a device, like a phase multiplier or something.
Yeah, basically you can make any kind of
chemical.
You can multiply any kind of chemical exponentially, so you can mass produce, which is literally what Crane has been after the whole time.
And Starfire and Connor, along with Blackfire, sort of tagging along in the car because Starfire doesn't want to let her out of her sight. They track down the inventor of this multiplier, and when Starfire goes into the building to go look for her, Superboy stays outside with Blackfire, and they seem to be, they sort of
bonding. They're
bonding a bit, and then Superboy hears the bomb essentially activate. He goes inside just as Starfire finds the scientist strapped to a table with one of these bombs shoved in her chest, and Superboy this time knows how to make the disarmer, and this time he actually manages to get it right.
Way to go, Superboy! You did learn from your mistake.
Just one dead body before it was perfect. Oh.
And then they immediately modify the bomb so he can't do it again.
I just love the fact that he's like, I can't Flow!
Yeah, and he just hurls Dick away
Dick
from.
was not moving. Dick was still at the point like, you can disarm it. No, he already said this is modified. I can't do this one.
And well, I'm just like amazed that Dick got thrown through the air by essentially Superman. And this is still like within a day of him getting shot and losing a lot of blood. Still managed to do his little flippy thing and do the superhero landing.
Well, he's probably been had way worse in terms of injuries.
Muscle reaction training.
Yes, but
even if your brain is not functioning properly, your body just goes.
I'm not talking about his brain not functioning properly. His body shouldn't be functioning properly. He has a hole through him. Through one of his arms.
He's been through worse.
I suppose.
Just a mere scratch.
Tis but a scratch.
Just a flesh wound.
Flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound. But
again,
yeah, and
Superboy once again is caught in a blast.
I
feel bad for Superboy. He's watching people blow up in his face left and right.
I have a prediction. He's the main bad guy for season 4. That part of Lex Luthor's going to kick in
he's going to go Superboy Prime.
Oh, God. I
knew that was going to trigger
He's
Rogue.
going to punch through the reality.
He's going to retcon punch. Heck, maybe that's how he does it to save Hawk.
I can't go back through time, but I will punch through time.
Yeah, there you go. And the second episode was sort of continuing to deal with the fallout of all this stuff as they piece together where the device, the multiplier, could be hooked up because it needs a lot of power. They managed to figure out, based on that, and who the victim was that blew up in the van. Find out that he worked for Gotham Electric or whatever, and
they have been routing between
a 1% power from every transformer,
all 50 of these transformers,
substations
to one location. And as soon as Dick sees it, he's like, "Oh God, I know where he is."
And they mentioned also that Crane, because they find out from Valeska's minion.
Yeah,
that Crane had also been getting large shipments of Freon, and between the district of the city where they knew it could be, where the power was being routed, along with the Freon, Dick was immediately like, I know where he is, and it was Victor Freeze's ice cream factory, or Snowy Cones, but it was Victor Freeze's old lair.
Yeah, his old lair, and you could tell that. Once the Titans arrived, Crane was not at all pleased because...
He was like, no, they weren't supposed to figure this out.
They weren't supposed to figure this out. He took out the only means of them figuring it out. No, you have detectives.
Well, and that's another thing. He allowed Barbara and Dick to realize Oracle was compromised. Once Dick survived the trap, Barbara, he and Barbara separately put 2 and 2 together and realized he's in Oracle. And Barbara, realizing it was compromised, and that's way too big of a resource to allow Crane to continue to have unrestricted access to, basically was like, I'm going to destroy it.
Yeah.
So,
and by destroying it, Crane believed he had won.
Because it's like, it took Oracle to beat me last time.
Yeah, Batman had to use Oracle to catch me, so... I've won. No Batman, no Oracle.
But here's the thing. Like he said to Jason, when Jason... Because Jason, we should also note, took what little anti-fear drug that his goons had managed to produce, like just 3 inhalers worth, sold them to some people and set them loose. Like dozens of people died, like immediately, including Tim Drake's dad.
Yes, we have the setup for
new Robin,
the good Robin,
the next Robin.
Yes,
we don't know if he's going to be good yet.
He's the good Robin.
Well, good compared to Jason.
Everybody's good compared to Jason.
This is true, but Good as in quality. We don't know yet.
Yeah, he's quality Robin.
I don't know about that.
Oh, God, he is.
Damian Wayne, really?
Damian Wayne was an asswipe who could fight. His only trace was he was capable of fighting. He was not anywhere near a good detective.
But the problem is, he also had no qualms to killing anybody he sees fit.
Exactly, which is totally against the entire Bat Mythos team's creed. Here's the ass kicker, and I know you're not even ready prepared for this. Damian tried to prove that he was the best Robin. Guess what happened? Damian went up against Nightwing, got ass kicked. Damian went up against Tim Drake, got ass kicked.
The only person he skipped was Jason Todd.
Because Jason wasn't around for him to try. And quite honestly, Jason probably would have just shot him.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, he's not on par with Nightwing or Tim Drake at all.
So look for him in season 4.
as the lower Robin.
The image of Indiana Jones with the guy with the swords.
Yeah.
Have that with Damian Wayne and just
bang.
Bang. We're done here.
One of the best scenes in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I like how they're building this up. The only difference is, so we're going to have either Robin, Tim Drake, or we could have Red Robin, Tim Drake.
That I could see.
And I could see him doing Red Robin because that's where he literally goes into full on, I'm Batman, but I'm not. And he has some of his best cases, period, as Red Robin. Even though now he's back as regular Robin.
Right.
You do realize if we have Red Robin on the binge, every time we mention him, we'll have to go yum. Yeah.
Well, no.
Red Robin, yum, damn it.
No.
God damn it, now I want some goddamn Red Robin. Fuck you. Fuck you all. I'm hungry.
Here's the thing. You only do the yum.
Done.
You only do the yum if Red Robin is said in a specific way, which is Red Robin.
Yum.
There we go.
But still, god damn it, I'm hungry.
Like I said,
this is why I ate before we did this.
Well, I mean, I thought I had ate enough at Hooters, but apparently I didn't. I only had one plate of wings, which is weird.
2 plates of 15.
Yeah.
I had one, and it wasn't even 15 this time. It was 10.
They give him
And
on the
I'm
rings!
like, shit.
Yeah, but the episode essentially, but going back to Jason, turning the drug loose on the streets, which of course sends most of the Gotham PD and the mob into a bit of a panic. Because I mean, one of the mob bosses gets his face cut up by his girl.
This is just three shots, and they cause massive panic like this. Mm-hmm. Imagine what will happen when the mass production comes out.
Yeah, and at the end of the episode, they said that at the end of the episode they said it was like 300,000 nebulizers.
Yeah, and I mean, and that was the sloppy stuff that he had stolen. The pure stuff was better than that.
And Zeke, the mob boss, no, he got his face cut up. The staples were to basically hold the wounds shut.
Yeah. When you have
it's like she just like took a knife to him, and then it's just sort of like those are like surgical staples.
Yeah, when you have to get surgical staples, that means it's so deep that not even stitches will hold it.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's down to
later
the bone.
the staples will be removed and probably stitches will be put in once it's had time to heal.
Right, because the cut is all the way down to bone, so they have to get that portion to seal first, and then once the upper is ready, they can seal that up. But still,
yeah,
that was some serious slashing.
Meanwhile, Blackfire while Starfire and Connor were rescuing the scientist with a bomb in her chest,
Blackfire did footwork.
And she did basically what she had suggested to Starfire, which was talk to the rats. Basically go get down on street level and find out information get intel from there. And so that's what she did. She just basically hit up the dives and the bars and stuff, and found out that Crane and Red Hood were working with the mob, and that one of the mob bosses had reservations, which was Valeska Knox.
Which is another nod to good old Batman mythos, the Valesco family.
Well, except it's not. It's sort of a nod, because rather than the family name being Valesco, her given name was Valeska. So Starfire and Blackfire go to Valeska's house, and basically we're like, we want to prevent you. You don't want this stuff getting out on the streets. We don't want it getting out on the streets. Help us out. And Valeska's just sort of like, I need you to retrieve something for me, and that something is her son.
Yeah, they do it. They bring him back,
and has serious reservations about it, but they promise that he's going to be okay.
And what happens right off the bat?
He walks up to her, and she just
blows his brains all over everybody. And they're all just in complete shock. She's like,
Blackfire's just standing there.
Blackfire is giggling herself silly because she's like, damn.
My sister got embarrassed.
This is entertainment at its best.
Yeah.
And it comes to find out he'd been working.
He'd been informing to the FBI.
To the FBI, and she needed to get rid of him, even though it was her own little baby boy. And you could tell she was legit broken up about it, but she couldn't let him keep going. And this was her means of getting rid of him, by using Starfire. And
Starfire's like, I promised him he would be safe with you, and she's like, don't make promises you can't keep.
But you know what? A promise is a promise, and she was ready to give her the information. But at that point in time, Starfire had gone into the Tamaranian rage and literally charcoaled her.
Burned her to a pile of ash.
Carbonized her.
And then her manservant,
her dog walker,
bringing the puppies back. And so they still got their information from him. Yep.
And then we got the big suit-up moment as
Blackfire was given a pair of... Blackfire got her actual original Blackfire outfit from the comic books. I was impressed. That was a very, very big nod back to the 70s.
And the Titans roll out to Crane's hideout. They kick ass.
And Crane was not ready for that shit.
And even Crypto got in on it.
Crane was blown away that they had figured out where he was. And you could tell he was like, no. And slowly but surely you could see the fog of, I guess the drugs are starting to slowly wear off from Jason Todd. Because he was just smirking the whole way through it. Like, sounds like they found out where you are.
Yeah. Well, that's because after Jason went off the reservation as far as Crane was concerned, Crane was being like reassuring to him. It's just sort of like, I'm not Batman. Like, I'm not going to kick your ass for disobedience here. It's like, I underestimated you. But, and Jason's just sort of like, I just came for a top up. I'm about to go oversee distribution or whatever. Takes one of the nebulizers on the table, takes a hit off of it, and then starts coughing and collapses onto the floor. And Crane just looks down on him and goes, I told you, I'm not Batman. And that's the thing. He's still treating the Titans like they're Batman, but they're not Batman. Batman needed Oracle to beat Crane before, yes. But the Titans are not Batman.
Right. They work together.
They are more than one person.
Everyone to beat you, which is teamwork.
Yep.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
And it sure did. The multiplier got destroyed. All the nebulizers got destroyed or confiscated or whatever.
Crane lost all of his stash plus the machine. And
all he has now is an ice cream truck and Jason Todd.
Right. And
which looks like he's about to go mentally sane.
And know Jason Todd is not on your side anymore.
Jason Todd is coming down from his drug high, and he's pissed.
He's not high anymore. He's pissed as hell.
Yeah. But he also now realizes that Crane, because Crane had managed to psychoanalyze him pretty well and realize that Jason has been looking for acceptance in a lot of ways.
He needs acceptance of Daddy.
But then Crane essentially turned on him and taped him to a chair when he disobeyed. Jason doesn't forget that kind of shit. That's not going to go very well for Dr. Crane. But
you better hope those guns are empty.
You think that Jason needs a gun to kill Dr. Crane?
He better hope that the Titans get to him first.
I seriously hope they recreate that one part from one of the comics where Scarecrow uses fear toxin on Red Hood, and then Red Hood spent the next 20 to 30 minutes bashing him into a car, telling him, "I've been dead. I'm not afraid of anything."
Or how's this for a twist? How's this for a twist? He ends up tying Crane to a chair and takes a crowbar to him.
That would be a nice twist.
I kind of want to go with the original classic of, pouring gasoline on a bunch of goons that work for Scarecrow and him, and lighting the match.
See, I feel like that's something that Calendar Man would do.
That's what he did originally with Joker.
Yeah.
Well, that was that one when he was trying to lure Joker out, but I'm gonna go with Chris's idea because that would be so perfectly classic. I've been dead before. I'm not afraid of anything.
There's a problem with that though.
He's been taking the fear.
He's been afraid for a very long time. That's why he keeps taking the hit drug.
Well, that's the thing. I'm starting to believe that it no longer works for him, and he's just starting to
It's like Keith Richards when he stopped doing drugs. He said they just stopped working.
Yeah, it could be that he's just now essentially become immune to fear, and he's only taking, or he doesn't have fear anymore, and he's just taking the drug for the high, as opposed to having no fear or whatever.
Yeah.
And at the end of the episode,
they're driving away, defeated.
But
Titans stand together.
And Gar had been trying to get inside Jason's head, and paced around the room, and
detective work and animals and animal tracking skills.
And that's another thing we need to mention.
He's gotten better.
They upgrade Gar with his abilities to be able to transform.
Partially, yeah.
Yep, partially certain abilities, and make it so that he smell better, or
turn one hand into a claw instead of a whole body.
That's one thing I always said about Titans I enjoy. It was that's not Beast Boy because he doesn't transform into an animal. It's like, no, this is Beast Boy more practical. He does martial arts now, and he's able because with the tap on the shoulder, the fight sequence.
Yeah,
tap tap made you look.
Yeah, it makes one guy look the other way while he sucker punches the guy's buddy.
Yeah, I mean it's like
when you're outnumbered and outsized, and the other two guys have guns, you take every advantage you can.
Right, you use what you can to win, and I mean he did a partial transformation. He got his tiger's claw out.
Yep, and
slashed a couple of people. I'm like, yeah, now that's Beast Boy. He doesn't have to go full on beast all the time.
Yep. But while he was, earlier in the episode, while he was looking around Jason's room, he found a secret box that he'd kept in a hidden compartment in the wall, which contained a letter from Molly.
Molly.
The same Molly we were talking about earlier. And he basically tracks her down, and basically he's like, you sent this letter to Jason because you wanted to help him. So do I. And that's where the episode ends.
And now it's going to come down to the hunt for the Red Hood.
Yeah, well, we've got the hunt for the Red Hood and for Dr. Crane. There's also the question of when, not if, but when is Blackfire going to turn on her sister?
We know that's coming. Oh God, you know that's coming.
Because we've still got like 5 or 6 episodes to go, possibly.
Something like that.
Something like that.
If it holds up to previous seasons. So there's still lots that they could squeeze into these last few episodes. Like maybe Batman comes back and shit goes even worse.
Goes sideways. Wait, this is Gotham, so everything goes sideways all the time. I've never seen a more completely fucked city. It's like it's DC.
I was gonna go with Detroit, but okay.
In RoboCop or in real life?
Yes. I mean,
I'm sorry.
I mean, they're the same thing.
I've lived in both cities, so I can attest.
You lived in RoboCop's Detroit?
Yes.
Well, I mean, they
that
do
real
have a giant
city does
statue
live.
of RoboCop in Detroit, so
This is true.
Yeah.
Where else would you put it?
well, personally,
A lot
White
of
House.
A lot of the people who are still living there are like, please, we need this right now. Oh God,
we need something to be proud of.
We need the symbol of hope. Someone kill a cop. Oops.
Detroit is sadly the most saddest place on earth to me.
He's got the
Earth or America?
He's got the look.
Yeah, when Zeke yelled that out about "let's kill a cop," I gave him this look like.
Why would you have a villain? Why would you have a bank robber with RoboCop? That just makes no sense. It has to be a cop.
Oh God!
Just stop. Just
My
stop.
logic is false.
No.
I didn't say they had to. Just find him that's already been killed. Make him a good person. We can rebuild him stronger.
We are so
We
not
can
doing the $6
rebuild
billion
him. We can rebuild him. We have the technology, but
No.
we don't want to spend a lot of money.
We want to use the cheapest pieces of equipment we possibly can.
This is RoboCop, built by the lowest bidder.
Oh. He was supposed to be $6 million.
Wait, you know what? No.
He was supposed to be $6 million, but we've got him at a good deal at only $1
$6 million would be a deal nowadays.
The song is
How
being done
duct
on
tape.
kazoos.
But really, this talk of RoboCop, we should probably save for when we finally get around to doing RoboCop Prime Directive.
When the game comes out.
Oh God!
Oh crap!
But yeah, it's interesting to see where Titans is going. They got to the point where they sort of foiled Crane's plans a little sooner than I expected. I expected it to spool out for at least another 1 or 2 episodes.
Nah, we got to start getting ready for Blackfire just burning the shit. I'm already putting. I'm gonna go ahead and put my vote in. Bye Mansion, because Blackfire is gonna blow you the fuck up.
If it's not Blackfire, then Crane and Jason are certainly going to do it. Because, again, Dr. Crane knows everything about Bruce Wayne, Wayne Manor, and Batman, and all of the Titans, because Jason, the little shit, told them.
Thanks, Jason. We really hate you. And
But
by 51% or more.
But yeah, that's, I think, gonna wrap up this edition of the Herocast. We've had plenty of rambling already. We don't need to go any longer. Lord knows we can do that
all night long if we keep going.
Exactly.
Next thing you know, it's 8 o'clock, and I'm like, shit, I'm late for work.
So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this edition of the Herocast. So for Zeke, Chris, and the Road, I am Jay, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks for listening to the Bored to Death Bingecast. Be sure to check out our library of past podcasts via CKCC Radio or via our YouTube channel, and give us a like and subscribe. We'll see you after our next binge.